everyone who is alarmed at what's coming for them. I don't know what's coming for you specifically, but if you're alarmed by it, welcome. And also, welcome to everyone else. I am BorderWise, and welcome back to From the Depths. Most Wanted! We haven't done one of these in a while, so it's time, because I realized something about this craft in front of me, and I'm going to share it with you today. For those of you who don't know, this floaty mech thing is the Alarmed. It is one of the most annoying godly craft in the whole damn game, and certainly definitely up there for the Twin God. It's got stiff competition, by the way, because it's going up against things like the Optimism, the Lachesism, and the Gravitas, the Hysteria, and just all the... This is a very irritating lineup of godly craft. This guy is very, very irritating. This is a middle finger to ships in a game which was already filled with giant pointy middle fingers to ships. This is a nuke spawner. So, what you see on the back here, you actually see two different kinds of nuke. You see this kind of thing over here, the smaller, more standard-ish nuke thingy. And then you have that drill nuke right there, which is frickin' horrifying, quite frankly. So, yeah, it's, this is a problem. It is an ingenious design, and you can't help but admire the technical brilliance of it all. But it's still, like, very aggravating results, especially when you run into this for the first time and don't know what to do. And bonus points of annoyance, by the way. When you spawn this thing in the designer repeatedly, sometimes it bugs out and just falls into the ocean or gets stuck inside itself, which seems to be an issue with just sub-vehicles on tractor beams in general. Sometimes just like, narp, I don't know what to do. And I don't know if you'll actually see that in this video. It's kind of hard to replicate, but maybe you will. So anyway, let's go over the strengths of this, and let's spawn in, of course, a hapless marauder to show you what this thing's whole deal is. It's the nukes. So, this thing takes advantage of certain gimmicky things that happen with sub-objects. Well, sub-vehicles, rather. You'll notice these are actually physically part of that sub-vehicle right there, and then it's separating, and it's sending them to swim off like so. So it's very clever. I'm still not sure how this works at all, but it works brilliantly. They just insta-killed the Marauder, like, yep, 2 damage. We need to spawn in multiple Marauders. Spawn in 3 more Marauders over there to actually give the Alarm something to do, otherwise it's going to get bored, and you definitely don't want that. Wait a minute, I think it actually kills them when this runs out of targets. So you see there, they separate off, and then it repairs them again. Which is... that seems ridinky-dink. But nonetheless, that's what it does. So the drilled nukes and regular nukes are amphibious, and they are particularly lethal against ships and submarines, because you can see right here, this thing is like scuttling underneath the water's... well, where am I? Help! This thing is scuttling underneath the water's surface at about over 60 meters per second, faster than most surface vehicles can do, and they have a really nasty habit of like coming up at things from underneath, like this, and they burrow deep into the target. That thing didn't even really need to like explode, it just ripped that Marauder in half, like easy peasy. There's what's left of it, 2%. Really, if you spawn this out on the player team, weird things happen. But yep, here's another one, just for convenience's sake. And the funny thing about these drill nukes... let's show off another. This is not a drill nuke. Let's go find an actual drill nuke. There's one. So, whoops. I'm going to yank this guy out of the air. So over here, we have a large drill head. This thing has 50,000 health and 60 armor. And because these things approach their target head-on, and from underwater, there's the double whammy of, like, they're hard to detect, because sonar is just... let me show you how bad sonar is at detecting things. So over here you have, say, the 90-degree camera. The bearing error is 0.2, range error is 10%. The sonar... the bearing error is 0.5, the range error is 0.5%, which is actually better, but it's way worse than the trackers. There are no sonar trackers, so to speak, which means that if you're trying to shoot at this thing and kill it before it kills you, you're gonna have a very, very bad day. I believe, what is the max speed of this thing? The max speed of this is like 107 meters per second. Slightly slower than the regular nukes, but still damn fast. So hitting this thing from the front does basically nothing with most close-in weapon defenses. You need something very strong. Or you need to hit this from the side, which is difficult because, like, well, it comes at you head on, doesn't it? Boy. Was that the last Marauder? Oh no. We're gonna need a lot more Marauders, aren't we? That should be enough Marauders to keep the Alarmed busy for a moment. Yeah, it also does this thing that depending on the altitude of the target, there is a spin block in there, which is actually the thing which the... What is this? That the tractor beam is hooked onto. This rotates depending on, like, whether the target is above or below. So it can hit things from above or below, and it's a real nightmare to deal with if you want to use any kind of ship in the game at all. I should also mention that the drills, these guys, whoops, they are decoed to hell, which is one of the annoying things about deco, is like you need to actually spawn this in the designer and have a look at it if you actually want to get a sense of what its whole deal is. So 52 decorations. You can see what it actually looks like here. It's got the nukes there, it's got this large crank motor, and it is actually filled with surge protectors. So those of you who like to use little EMP packs as your close-in defense to, like, snipe lit planes and all that kind of stuff, you're actually going to struggle with this because it takes multiple small EMP shots to, like, take this thing down. Or maybe one big one if it's very, very, very big. So EMP is not a way to cheese these little nukey bastards. So yeah. As for the Alarm itself, you'll notice this thing is doing... It's doing the bounce. It is doing the thrustercraft bounce, the dance move that everyone loves, which means that if I get rid of literally everything here, and I spawn in... Oh, what's a fun thing to spawn in? Let's spawn in a spawn in a Plunderer, which is roughly the same cost. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spawn in the Alarmed on the Twin Guard team, because that makes sense. So Plunderer is there. And over here is going to be our friend, the Alarmed. And by friend, I mean I hate them. Right, so following this guy, see what the crams do. First cram volley, of course, misses, because that's what crams do best. They miss. I don't think the Plunderer is going to get a single shot off. I'm actually going to turn God mode on the Plunderer just to, like, make sure it gets a chance to get multiple volleys off. Yep, and absolutely not doing anything. And the crams, whoop, they don't just miss, they miss by a country mile. So that's pretty typical, honestly, of dealing with the frickin' Alarmed. It also has missile interceptors, so one of its hands, actually. So if we go, whoops, can I do this? I cannot. We need to do this, and I need to spawn it on my team again. Oh, I planned this video so well. So, if we go here, remove 788 things, lots of spin blocks there. And it has... Where are its missile interceptors, actually? Where are they? Show me. What's your stall? Show me. I think they might actually be on the main vehicle. Where the hell did they go? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I know that you have them. Where are they? Where did you go? Where'd you go? I also don't know why it has so much detection. That's a little weird. And that is... Oh, that's it! There it is. It's like farts them out the back. There we go. Wow, that is an interesting missile interceptor. Almost overkill. But yeah, it has a bunch of these, and it spits them out in these large cluster missile gantries. Didn't ever realize that. I thought these were decoys, but I guess there aren't. But yeah, so you can't just throw, like, chip this thing away with medium missiles and hope for the best. Like, yeah, it's gonna shoot them down. But one of the most dangerous things about the Alarmed, if you look at the X-Men, you'll notice this is only about 250,000 materials. For a godly craft, that is very, very cheap, especially when you look at everything else here. Like, the Optimism is 400k, the Fear is 800, the Gravitas is like 1.2 million. So even by godly standards in general, this is darn cheap, but absolutely terrifyingly strong for what it can do. And what that means is, I always say this, like, this is a similar thing to the Alcazar, the Onyx Watch Alcazar, but worse. This thing is really scary to run into if you're not prepared for it, but it is cheap enough that the AI will spam it, and even more so, this thing is more likely than other godlies to show up on lower difficulties. And, confession time, the campaign tutorial video I did the other day, on medium difficulty, I actually kept playing that because I was having fun. Very good thing to do, by the way. I combat tested a lot of stuff I'm currently working on. And I ran into at least 3 alarms when I was fighting the Twin Guard. But thankfully, I didn't actually have much trouble with it, because I know this guy. So that leads pretty well into weaknesses. This is a one-trick pony. It has one thing it does well, and that's it. Nukes are the only offense it has. So if we spawn in, let's see. I wonder if the flying squirrels can take it on. It would be quite funny if they could. So yeah, these are the only weapons it has, is those nukes. That's it. That's all it can do. And the missile interceptors has, like, it can intercept some missiles, but not a lot. And the flying squirrels are doing the thing they do best. I actually wonder if these nukes can hit them. Like, if anything can dodge a nuke just straight up, it's the squirrels. I wonder if they're gonna make the nukes collide, actually. That would be funny. Da 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 da. Oh my god, it did make them collide. Did the squirrel die from that? I think it did. Yep, it did. Somehow. That was funny, though. But yeah, like, it really struggles against any kind of craft that is, well, either moves faster than its nukes, or can outmaneuver them, as the squirrels are kind of demonstrating right now. Although if they do go into space, the nukes will catch them. Oh my god, they actually did it. Bad example. But yeah, it also eats materials like crazy, so if we look there, you'll see that this is like... it has a lot of material storage. It has like over about 500,000. It's already burned, like... what is that, like 50,000 more? And like, it's been fighting for like less than a minute or something like that. It's like, this thing eats money like crazy. So if you, like, so in a kind of stalemate situation, this thing will eat all its materials very quickly, which is the problem with using nukes. I found this out the hard way. See Wark Wark vs. the World. And it really doesn't have much active defense. Apart from the bounciness, and apart from the evasion, it doesn't really have much in the way of active defense at all. So if something throws, for instance, a lot of, it also does have smoke, I believe. Let's check here. So let's see here. Does it have... It doesn't. Hello. How about the main mothership? Do you have smoke? It does have smoke. Alright, so the main vehicle has smoke, but the torso doesn't, interestingly enough. So if this runs into anything that runs faster than its nukes, I wonder if, like, I haven't tried this. How fast is this? We want something much, much faster. Let's spawn in a rectifier and see what happens. I kind of spawned that a little close, honestly. Yeah, so this kind of thing just eats the alarm for breakfast. Something that can just outrun its nukes and just rip it to pieces with hit-scan weapons. Are you gonna try the... I don't know. The Lightning Hoods does tend to have rather stupid target prior, so... Okay, that rectifier, you better aim for this, real quick. Although, I think the rectifier runs faster. Yep, it does run faster than that nuke. Uh-oh! Right, so the rectifier is kind of already demonstrating, like, how to survive this thing. Outrun the nukes, because they can't hurt you if they can't catch you. And failing that, you want to fly so the nukes can be spotted by trackers and shot down more easily, so Yeah, flying. So, as you saw with the Marauders, the Alarmed is really good at fighting ships simply because it sneaks them like up the ship's butt, so to speak. Flying things have a much easier time with it, which is why, at the beginning of the video, I said this is an especially prominent middle finger to ships because, like, its nukes are sneaky. They hide under the water, where you can't shoot them easily. Rude. Very rude indeed. This thing is hitting itself with its own missiles, and I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway. If you do want to fight this thing using a surface vessel, well, best of luck to you. You're gonna need it. But also, you want to use large caliber flak, because the regular nukes are kind of squishy, and you're not going to destroy that large drill piece head-on anyway. So you want to hit it from the side with shells that kind of miss and explode next to it. I've had some luck testing that. And, yeah. Also, if you are using a surface vessel, again, don't remember that shots are going to be very inaccurate. You want something with a big blast radius. You want timed flak. You want timed HE. You want timed frag. Preferably a combination of the three, rather. You are also going to need a lot of sonar. So the best sonar to use is probably going to be your 90-degree sonar, because this is the least... this is the most accurate detection you could possibly get. You want to cluster these so they all average out in a very, you know... So they basically stack on top of each other and help you shoot underwater better. What can work... So I'm going to end this madness right now, and this is... I will preempt this by saying this sometimes works, but sometimes it doesn't. So brace yourself to have mixed success, to witness mixed success right now. I spawned you too close. Go away. Get away from me. Personal space, Alarmed. Personal space. Personnel space. Smell space. What was that? Alright then, where did I put this is the question. There we go. So, some of you might remember the Icicle. The Icicle is one of my favorite ships ever, but it can't deal with the Alarmed. Except this specific test version can, because I have duct tape some remote-guided torpedoes onto it. So, this is what this looks like. It is remote-guided, has some prediction guidance. The one on the other side has APN. I don't actually know if these things actually work together at all. Let me know in the comments if they do, because I never remember. There's nothing in the game itself that, tells you, and I forgot to ask. So, my bad. But anyway, we've got Explosive Warhead, we've got Proximity Fuse. I did try this with other warheads. Explosive seems to do the trick best because, you know, underwater HE buff and all that. You don't need, the whole secondary, double action here. I just thought, well, this is remote guided, you might as well. And yes, I did need to stick additional general purpose processing power on this thing because it needed it. So we've got one on the front, and we've got one on the back, with a short range limit, connected to the secondary AI of this thing, so it goes for targets which are close. And they can intercept the Alarmed's nukes some of the time. This is not a good starting position to use, by the way, but, test from a position of weakness, it's important. And that was a very lucky shot. You know, I was kind of expecting the camera rolling curse to work differently. I really was expecting it to work differently, because that usually doesn't happen. That's one of the... Damn, I never thought the Alarmed would be annoying in being too easy to defeat. Alright, let's try that again. Might need to restart the designer, because of course we will. Damn you, Alarmed. Damn you! Damn you to heck and back. Alright then, let's go here, try that again. Are you going to bug out and be silly? No, you're... Yeah, no. I did say... This is what bloody well happens. This stupid thing, freaks out. Alright, so it's gotten one nuke off, so hopefully you can see this happen, and maybe we'll actually catch it with the shells. You'll see how inaccurate that fire is. There's not a lot of... I think it was a shell that did that. Alright. Restart designer, try this again. Try this again, try this again. Apology. Like, I knew this was gonna stuff up. I thought I knew what was gonna happen, but like... Incoherent noises. Alright, are you going to... There we go, you frickin' stupid thing. Doing what you're supposed to do. It's also kind of stupid how, like, there's no collision damage with, like, sub-vehicles. It's kind of dumb. Alright, so when the regular nukes are flying through the air, you can laser them, and it all works pretty well. And now, guns are trying to shoot. And this sometimes works, this sometimes doesn't. Oh, ye gods. Please aim for the correct thing. Please aim for the correct... Okay, we're getting it. Kind of. Almost. Oh god. Yes! Alright, can it get the next one is the question. Yes! Alright, so... Oh, we got so lucky. It is so frightening seeing those drilled nukes, like, trying to sneak up your anus. Okay, we're in a good pattern now. I've also needed to adjust the broadside settings for this particular icicle, because you don't want to get close to that thing. You need to give yourself as much time as possible to... Yes! Take that, you bastard! Oh, this works so much better than I was expecting it to. Alright, so what's gonna happen here is, like, hopefully we keep getting lucky. Okay, phew. So yeah, this can work. This can work. Thankfully, this can work pretty well. I should show you the local weapon controller things as well. Please aim for the correct... I'm starting to suspect that, like, any kind of guidance doesn't work well with this at all. Please aim for the correct thing. I'm so scared. Oh no. Oh, you piece of crap. Right, so that's what I say. It works some of the time, not all the time, hopefully. Mr. Thing, are you aiming for the correct thing? That's always the question. Are you aiming for the correct target? It's not. Oh well. So that can work, but I actually kind of recommend you use the simpler method and the less risky method of dealing with the alarmed, and that is just fly faster than its nukes and destroy it. Yes! It is very satisfying when like you manage to intercept those. Just take that, you rude bastard. Take that, you rude dude. Probably should also make those torps a lot faster, honestly. Alright, gonna need to... Alright, so that is one thing that can work. I'm actually astonished that it's working so well on camera right now. It doesn't always work well on camera. Off camera, rather. Right, so, we've already kind of covered how to survive it. This version of the icicle is actually showing it off right now. It is possible, it's just a pain in the butt. And, like, those, in case anyone's wondering, those underwater, like, remote torpedo things are kind of useless for literally anything else. They are so specialized. Their only saving grace is that, like, you know, they're fairly small, they're fairly cheap. You can just duct tape them to the underside of your ships, and they should do the trick fairly well. How do you kill the alarmed is, well, you shoot the main body, as per usual with twin guard nonsense, and, you want to set your target prioritization to preferred targets which have propulsion, which helps the AI focus on the mothership. So we're going to spawn in the alarm right there. And actually, we're going to load in a few very specific vehicles. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to spawn in two things. Oh, I have such fun things. The first thing we're going to spawn in is my air superiority laser thing. And we're also going to spawn in this thing, which is definitely not just a reskinned Icewind Bomber. This is a totally new thing, totally. It's called the Before the Dawn, because, you know, metal band theming. This combination should do absolutely fine here, hopefully. Please don't collide with each other, lads. Right, so, we've got a laser thingy. Both of these craft fly faster than the nukes. Please, for the love of everything, shooty the nukie. Shooty the nukie, please. Shooty the nukie, please. That thing got zapped. Where's the other nuke? Where'd it go? So in this particular case, the torso is a bigger target. But thankfully, these large missiles can out-DPS the repair tentacles, or at least they should be able to. At the very least, they can make a good mess here. So, The alarm is helpless right now, because just to show off, the nukes move at... Come on. The nukes move at... Well, this one. They move at about 100 meters per second, give or take. That is... let me see. Come on. Show me. Show me. Show me your moves. Show me your boobs. Alright, so currently that's 154 meters per second because it's in space. But it's not going to be able to catch up. It's not going to be able to catch up to Before the Dawn. Man, I hope not. Please overshoot. Please overshoot. Do not crash into my plane. Yes! Take that, you bastard. Aha! Somebody doesn't maneuver in space well. Okay then. Wow, we really are out DPS in the torso. Alright, so I keep getting distracted. So you want to shoot the main body as much as possible, because that doesn't repair as much. Set it on fire, kick its ass. And basically, any kind of damage works well if you have enough of it, except crams and slow APS shells, because this thing bounces a lot. And also, if you manage to, like, out-DPS the repair tentacles, it slows down the nuke production, which is very, very handy. Very, very handy indeed. So this particular combination, the Dragon Force and the Before the Dawn, is precisely what I used in my... Apologies for the off-screen Eater playthrough, but, you know, I was having fun, and I definitely didn't just steal, like, Steel Strider submarines to use. That would have been really uncool, so glad I didn't do that. But yeah, that's how you deal with the Alarmed. It's got one trick up its sleeve. It is good at dealing with surface, with anything. It's good at dealing with anything that is on the surface, and anything that moves slower than its nukes. Anything else, it's gonna have a lot of trouble with. And we simply must let this thing despawn. We simply must let it cook. Oh, it's such fun to burn this thing. Burn, baby, burn. So yeah, have fun fighting the Alarmed. It's actually not as scary as it first appears. If you're trying to use ships, this thing is really horrible to fight against. But if you use fast aircraft, it's okay. And happy Alarmed blowing up. And yeah, if you really want to use ships, just duct tape some remote guided small torpedoes to the underside of your ship, and that kind of does the trick. Just remember to make sure that they attack close targets and have kind of strict range limits so they don't try and fight things that are a million miles away, and you'll be good. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like at the lowest tier, access to a Patreon exclusive Discord. Middle tier, random name dropping in episodes. I will name AIs after you. And at the top tier, I will build stuff or draw stuff for you. It's a good time. Also check out my other channels and my Twitch because it's fun. We're building a whole ass custom campaign over on the Twitch. It's jolly good. I hope to see you there. And in the meantime, farewell. There goes the torso! Yay!